Hello, hello, hello. This is the Vanilla JavaScript podcast. I'm Chris Ferdinandi. Thanks so much for joining me. Today, I am talking about vanilla JavaScript performance and vanilla JavaScript at scale. Some hot topics. So let's go ahead and dig in. So this is something that comes up a lot when I talk about vanilla JavaScript. There's this constant kind of argument that vanilla JavaScript isn't good when you're working with bigger projects. Like you need frameworks to be performant. And today I want to talk about how silly and wrong that actually is. So in my talk and book, The Lean Web, I talk about this tweet Zach Leatherman sent out last year, a little over a year ago now, where he said, what has a better first meaningful paint time? A raw 8.5 megabyte HTML file with the full text of every single one of my 27,506 tweets, or a client-rendered React site with exactly one tweet on it. Spoiler, Google Lighthouse reports 8.5 megabytes of HTML wins by about 200 milliseconds. Now, 200 milliseconds is about a fifth of a second, which doesn't feel like much, but it is actually perceivable by humans. What is, I think, even more astounding about that, though, is just like 8.5 megabytes of HTML is a lot of HTML. So let's just kind of break this down for a sec. Just some quick back of the napkin math. So React itself is about 30 kilobytes, not megabytes, minified and gzipped. And I think this is a real, I'm probably overestimating here, but let's just say for the sake of argument, you double that to 60, another 30 kilobytes of JS to actually render that one tweet into the UI, which I think is probably aggressive. It was probably a lot less than that. So based on that number, the 8.5 megabyte HTML file is about 144 times bigger and also 200 milliseconds faster, because JavaScript is that much, or HTML rather, is that much faster than JavaScript. But this isn't just a JavaScript problem. There's something specifically about frameworks that makes them so terrible for performance. If you had a similar amount of vanilla JavaScript code, it would have been a lot faster than that React version of it was. So a couple months ago, Jeremy Wagner ran an experiment, and he published the results on CSS Tricks. I'll link to the article in the show notes. I'll also link to Zach's tweets. But in the article, Jeremy talks about how he conducted an experiment with React, Preact, and Vanilla.js to check performance of some nav toggle behavior across 3 implementations. So one of them is a stateful React component rendered on the server and then hydrated in the client. So this is the kind of the modern approach that's supposed to give you the best initial render performance and subsequent performance, because you're rendering on the server and then you're updating in the browser. He also used a stateful Preact component using that same approach, and a server-rendered stateless Preact component, which was not hydrated. Instead, he used plain old vanilla JavaScript listeners to provide all of the functionality. Here is what Jeremy found. Preact initially rendered that UI 3 to 4 times faster than React. So Preact isn't just, if you're not familiar, Preact is a 3 kilobyte alternative to React. So it's like a tenth of the size. It has the same API, but it drops some methods and approaches, and I believe there's a lot less abstraction under the hood. So Preact is 3 to 4 times faster than React. Vanilla JavaScript initially rendered the UI anywhere from 5 to 10 times faster than React and about 30 times faster than React. So vanilla JavaScript is orders of magnitude faster than React and substantially faster than Preact too. Where it gets even Wilder, though, is Jeremy also tested handling state changes based on user interaction. So when someone clicks that nav toggle, how long does it take to process that and update the UI accordingly? And what he found was even there, Preact is faster than React, and vanilla JavaScript is faster than both of them by quite a bit. So this whole thing that like if you have like lots of interactivity on a big site, you need a framework because it's going to give you a faster front end experience is just complete hogwash. Like it's not true. Vanilla JavaScript is faster. You should go dig into Jeremy's article because it's really good. But the takeaway for me here is that if you can get away with just vanilla JavaScript, like if your code structure allows it, if your team is cool with it, it is going to give you the best end experience for your users, period. Like there's no way to mince words on this. It is going to be a faster experience across the board. If you need state-based UI, because the app demands it, use Preact. It's the same API, and it's not just smaller, it is way more performant. At this point, I can't think of a reason why one would choose React over Preact. So anyways, that's it for today. Just a quick little update. If you want to finally master JavaScript, head over to vanillajsguides.com. Check out my pocket guides and video courses. As a listener of this show, you can take 30% off with the code podcast at checkout. See you next time. Cheers.